David, how can estate agents differentiate themselves to get more listings?
I think the best way to do that is to demonstrate that you're the local market expert. I think anyone looking to sell their home, first and foremost, they don't want a new mate. They don't really care about your personality. They just want to know that they're working with the best person in the market who's going to secure their equity.
How do you prove that, though?
Well, I think the best way to do it is to issue local market research. I think
you would say that, though, wouldn't you?
I would say that because in my view, it's the best way to do that. I mean, there's very few ways that agents can actually differentiate themselves because the process that all agents go through in the transaction is almost identical. And having a new website and a new logo and maybe even a different brand name will only get you so far. What you really need to focus on is boosting your brand by increasing the prestige associated with it. And
a bit like your Savills and your Knight Franks of this world, who seem to be immune to these cheap fees and purple bricks.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a very good reason why these people do it, and they spend a lot of money on it. It's because it supports their brand.
Knight Frank and Savills do this sort of research, do they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're always in the bloody newspaper, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And it's a fantastic way to get exposure because journalists are always looking for stories. And whenever CBRE, Knight Frank, Savills have got a story, they'll just send it to the press via their PR people, and they'll get instant exposure on the front page of the Times.
Half page in the Evening Standard, half full page in the Times. You couldn't buy that sort of advertising, could you?
No, well, you could, but it would be a lot more expensive.
Okay, but most estate agents can't afford a research department.
No, they can't, and not just in terms of money, but in terms of the time it takes to do it. Because I think most agencies could find somebody in the branch to do it once very, very well because they are the local market experts. But doing it consistently, month in, month out, is a challenge.
So these are the sort of things that you produce. Probably just tell the guys at home exactly what you do produce.
So we produce local market pieces which talk about what's happened to the housing market in our client's area in that month.
Okay.
And it'll look at sales rates, prices.
What does the future hold for house prices in Fulham? But I suppose if you were only in Fulham, that would be interesting to people in Fulham, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why we do it, because the vast majority of people move within the same area. So if the agency is putting out local market expert on their patch, then over time it will percolate through, so they'll be synonymous with the local market.
Okay, so if you've done this fancy newsletter, what exactly do you think agents should do with this, whether they employ services of you or other ghostwriters, or they do it themselves?
So what they should be doing increasingly is using social media to get it out there, to promote themselves that way. In reality, what most of our guys do is heavily reliant on print media. They like printing it out, take it with them on.
It's a bit old school, though, don't you think?
It is. There's certainly a place for it, and I think maybe even it should remain as the dominant use for it. Because when you're sitting down with the potential client on the sofa, you can take them through it, show that you're the kind of property company that issues research. But more importantly, it gets left behind on the coffee table when you leave. So when they're deciding who to go with, you're still there in their mind's eye.
Because let's be honest, talking about the local property market is a damn sight more interesting than how many properties you've sold or how many bullet points you've got in your unique selling points. It's dull, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And the competition will be saying exactly the same thing. And this shows that you're an expert, you're somebody that knows statistically what's happening, and it's less of a trust exercise because you're demonstrating your capability.
Good stuff. Maybe we could put your contact details below here, and then if someone wants to have a chat with you, they can contact you direct, mate.
Absolutely.
Well done. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Chris.